Hi children, good morning to everyone. Welcome to another session. Hope you all are doing good and praying to be good and healthy. So I came with a new session children uh, from the heredity lesson. So in a heredity concept we discussed heredity is in the sense is nothing but transfer of the parental characters to the offspring or to the children or to the progeny. So how they will transfer? So we know that by the cell division. So we'll have a clear-cut discussion about the cell division. So as we have removed that evolution concept, I went little bit depth for the heredity concept. So we'll have about the discussion about cell division concept, as well as we'll go with the discussion about the what I have to say, that is hereditary diseases. Some about we'll have discussion about the hereditary diseases. So first let us see about the cell division. You all have an idea about the cell theory. So the first cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in the Cork, and he named as it looks like a room, like a structure, he named it a cell. And Schleiden and Schwann, they proposed the cell theory. They said that all the living organisms are made by the cell. As all the living organisms are made by the cell is known as a fundamental unit of life. Later on, Rudolf van Virchow also, he developed the cell theory by adding one more point, that is new cells are formed from the pre-existing cells. How the new cells are forming? By pre-existing cells, by the cell division. Yes or no? So pre-existing means previously being, the cells which are previously being there, that cells they will be divided. When the cell is break down, a single cell break into two cells. That suits two cells, again they break into 4, again they break into 8, again they will develop into 16, like that. They will double together and they form to help the multicellular organism to develop different cell organelles, to develop different types of tissues, from the tissues to the organs to the organ systems, and organ systems to the organism. So this is the development of the organisms. So let us have a clear-cut study about the cell division, how the cell division is taking place in the organisms. All the cells are derived from the pre-existing cells. New cells are produced from the growth and to replace damaged or older ones. So generally cells at some points of a time, the old cells or the degenerated cells are regenerated and also replaces the old ones or the worn out cells, and we can find the formation of new cells. So it differs in the prokaryotes, bacteria and eukaryotes. There is a lot of difference between the prokaryotic cells and the eukaryotic cells. You can see protista, fungi are the prokaryotes, bacteria. And coming to the prokaryotes are the bacteria. Amoeba, they are comes on, not amoeba, bacteria is a prokaryotes, and protista, fungi, plantae, animalia, these all are comes under the eukaryotes. What is meant by prokaryotes and eukaryotes? The cell consists of a main part which is called as a nucleus. So the nucleus, which is a well defined, if the nucleus is enclosed with the nuclear membrane, that is a well-defined nucleus. If the cell consists of well-defined nucleus, such cells are called as eukaryotic cells. If the nucleus is not well-defined with the nuclear membrane, that are called as a prokaryote cells. So there is a lot of difference between the prokaryotic cells and the eukaryotic cells. Most of the prokaryotes can be seen in the unicellular organisms, and maximum all the multicellular organisms are the eukaryotic cells. So keeping a cell identical. Every cell is identical itself. Every cell is unique itself. So the instructions for making a cell parts are enclosed in the DNA. So the cell parts are enclosed in the DNA. So each new cell must get a complete set of a DNA molecule. So every cell should have a complete set of a DNA. So every cell consists of a DNA. So DNA replication. breaking down of a DNA. DNA must be copied or replicated before the cell division. So previous to the cell division, first the DNA has to be broken. When we discussed in the reproduction binary fission of the amoeba, when we studied how the binary fission is taking place, first the nucleus will be broken. When the nucleus is getting to break down, previous to that the DNA starts to break down. After breaking down of DNA, replication of our DNA, then the nucleus will be divided, then the cell will be divided. Okay, so before the cell division, so each new cell will then have an identical copy of a DNA. You can see here how the DNA is replicating. Original DNA standard. What is the structure of DNA? Double helical structure. Okay, so two new identical DNA standards. You can see how it is dividing, how it is separating or dividing, we can see there. Okay, identical daughter cells, two identical, from one parent cell, two identical daughter cells are formed. That means from one cell they form two identical cells. As the same cell is there will be formation of a new cell. So you can see the structure of a chromosome here. This is the structure of a chromosome. Chromo means colorful, zoma means thread. The colorful threads which are replaced in the DNA, which are placed inside the DNA. So the DNA is present in the center of the nucleus. The nucleus is present inside the cell. So the cell holds the DNA holds the chromosomes. The chromosomes contain the units of heredity, that are genes. Okay, so you can see the structure of a chromosome. Let us see prokaryotic chromosome. The DNA of a prokaryotes bacteria is one circular chromosome attached to the inside of the cell membrane. You can see here how it is attached inside the cell membrane. Eukaryotic chromosomes. All eukaryotic cells store genetic information in chromosomes. So all the eukaryotic cells, they store the genetical information, that is a hereditary information in the chromosomes. Most eukaryotes have between 10 and 50 chromosomes. So every eukaryotic have nearly 10 to 50 chromosomes in their body cells. Human body cell have 46 chromosomes. What is the number of chromosomes in the human body? 46. Otherwise we can say that 23 identical pairs, 23 pairs of chromosomes. The human cell or the human body consists of 23 pairs of chromosomes. Coming to the eukaryotic chromosomes, each chromosome is composed of a single tightly coiled DNA. So each chromosome is made by a single coiled DNA molecule. Chromosomes can't be seen when cells are not dividing. We can't find previous to the cell division. During the cell division only we can identify the structures of the chromosomes and are all called as a chromatin. So they can be found in the form of a chromatin. In the picture you can see the chromosomes, the thread-like structures. When we can find these? When the cell undergo for the cell division only, at that particular time only we could able to find out the chromatids. Okay, breaking down of DNA, that is are the chromosomes that are chromatids, small thread-like structures. So DNA tightly coiled around the proteins called histones. The DNA is tightly packed by the proteins. That proteins are called as histones. You can see the picture. Histone H1, core of 8 histone molecules. 8 histone molecules are formed. So tightly they are packed. Chromosomes in dividing cells, duplicated chromosomes are called chromatids. Broken chromosomes. The chromosome where it was broken or duplicated, the duplicated chromosomes are called as chromatids and are held together by the centromere. By the centromere they are catched. So you can find this where the broken chromosomes are attached to each other. That part, the connecting part of broken two chromosomes is nothing but is called as a centromere. You can find in the picture at the center of the chromosome. So that is called as a centromere. Karyotype. Karyotype means nothing but the division of the nucleus is called as karyotype. So a picture of the chromosomes from a human cell arranged in a pair of a size. So you can see here pair The chromosomes are situated in the form of pairs. First 22 pairs are called as autosomes. The first 22 pairs are called as autosomes, and last pair, you can see the last pair. The last pair are the sex chromosomes. So XX is a female or XY in a male. So already we discussed, no, the XX is a female chromosomes and XY chromosomes are male chromosomes. The 22 pairs are the autosomes which perform the growth of the organs, all the organs in the body, whereas only the one pair in the males XY, in the females XX chromosomes, they are called as the sex chromosomes, which are responsible to determine the baby during the process of reproduction. Boy or girl, the Y chromosome decides. So the Y chromosome only is present in the males. So by only Y chromosome it can be decided either the baby is a boy or a girl. So the deciding chromosome is a Y chromosome. You can see the structure of X chromosome and a Y chromosome. In your examination you will be asking, what is the big chromosome? Big chromosome is a X, a small chromosome is a Y. Okay, so only the Y chromosome is a deciding chromosome of the organism, either it is a male or a female. Now let us see the cell reproduction. How the cell will be reproduced. Already we discussed about the sexual asexual reproduction, that is binary fission, multiple fission we discussed, no? That is types of cell reproduction. Asexual reproduction involves in a single cell divides to make two new identical daughters. One single cell will be divided into two identical daughters. That divides mitosis or a binary fission. We call it as a mitotic division. And in organism's condition we call it as a binary fission. Examples of asexual reproduction. And sexual reproduction involves two cells. The sexual reproduction always involves in the two cells, that is a egg and a sperm, gonads. Female gonad is a egg and a male gonad is a sperm. So joining to make a new cell, zygote, that is not identical to the original cell. Meiosis is an example of the division during the fertilization. So the process of meiosis we will find during the process of fertilization. And the mitotic division can be seen in all other cells, either in the process of binary fission, multiple fission, and also we can see during the asexual reproduction condition. So cell division in a prokaryotes. Cell division in a prokaryotes such as bacteria divided into two identical cells by the process of binary fission. Single chromosome makes a copy of itself. Cell wall from the between the chromosome divide the cell. You can see if you take the parent cell, the step 1, the chromosomes are doubling, they are dividing, and they are splitting together, and the two identical chromosomes will be divided and they will be shared equally to the each cell. That is we can see in the prokaryotic cells during the cell division. That cell division we call it as a mitotic cell division. Prokaryotic cell undergo binary fission. In a binary fission we can see in amoeba, paramecium, we can see first the nucleus fuses at the center, later the cytoplasm fuses and the cell will be fuses, and they will break down into equal halves, and they develop into two individual or identical cells of each other. So in the binary fission we can see that mitotic division. So the cell cycle have 5 phases of the cell cycle. So cell is having during the cell division we can find 5 phases. Following that, Z1 phase, it is a primary growth phase. S phase, synthesize phase, DNA replication. That means DNA development or a breaking down and a formation of DNA will be takes place in this process. And Z2 phase, it is a secondary growth phase. So secondary development, after breaking down it starts to develop, no, that is a secondary growth we call. Collectively these 3 stages are called interphase. So these 3 phases generally we call them as a interphase. And M is a mitosis and C is a cytokinesis. Mitosis doubling phase and C is a cytokinesis. Cytokinesis means division of the cell. Cyto means cell, kinesis means division. The division of the cell is nothing but we call it as a cytokinesis. So you can see here metaphase, prophase in metaphase, anaphase, telophase. These are the stages in the metaphase. The M phase consists of metaphase, prophase, anaphase and a telophase. So interphase is consisting of mitosis, cytokinesis. The interphase is having G1 phase, synthesizing phase and a G2 phase. So previous to breaking down is a G1 phase. Replication of DNA is a synthesizing phase, and G2 phase is a after division of the chromosomes. Again the development has to be taken after breaking down of a DNA. It has to be developed, no, the synthesizing of a DNA, second phase, that is called as a G2 phase. So this is a cell division cycle. Coming to the interphase G1 stage, in the first growth stage after cell division, cell mature by making more cytoplasm and organelles. So first growth stage after cell divided, the cell will be mature. How it matured? By making more it develop into more content of a cytoplasm, and it starts to develop all the cell organelles inside the cell, and the cell carries on its normal metabolic activities. When these cell organelles are well developed in the cell, they will carry automatically all the metabolic activities. Metabolic activities means every cell organelle has its own cell activities. No, they are called as a metabolic activities. Coming to the interphase, the S stage. This is a synthesizing stage. DNA is a copied or a replicated. DNA, you can see here, original DNA. So when it is breaking down, it develops into two identical copies of a DNA. It develops into two identical DNA copies. What happened in the S stage? In interphase, S stage. Interphase we find a G1 phase, S phase and a G2 phase. So in a G1 phase we find a breaking down of the cell, and a G2 phase, replication of a DNA, synthesizing of a DNA, and in a G2 phase development. You can see here G2 phase. Second growth stage occurs for the after the DNA has been copied, all cell structures needed for the division are made. Centrioles, both organelles, proteins are synthesized. Here cell organelles will be prepared as well as the proteins also will be synthesized. So what happened in interphase? We can see here what the cell looks like. This is the cell. You can see the nucleus. You can find a nucleolus. Centrioles replicated in animal cell only. So chromatin replicated, nuclear membrane you can see here. What's occurring? DNA replication is taking place. Centrioles is present in a replicate, and the cell prepares for the cell division. So you can see the whole cell structure. Sketch the cell cycle. This is the cell cycle, children. You can see in that. So from the daughter cell. So first you will go from the green color. That is a G1 phase. That is a cell matured level. And DNA copies takes place. Next, cell prepared for the division, G2 phase. Later, it reaches to the M phase. That is we call as a mitotic division, mitosis. Here we can find a prophase, prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase and a cytokinesis. This is a to develop a identical cell in the mitotic division. Okay. So this is the cell cycle. We can call it as a cell cycle. Now let us have a discussion about the mitotic division. Division of the nucleus. This mitotic division takes place in the nucleus, also called as a karyokinesis. The division of nucleus is also called as a karyokinesis. Karyo means nucleus, kinesis means division. So only occurs in the eukaryotes. This mitotic division mostly found in the eukaryotes has 4 stages. It doesn't occur in some cells such as brain cells. This karyokinesis doesn't occur in the brain cells, that is nerve cells. So in mitotic division we will find 4 stages. What are that? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. What are the phases? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So let us see earlier prophase. Chromatin in the nucleus condenses into form of visible chromosomes. You can see here chromatins. Mitotic spindles form from the fibers in a cytoskeleton or a centrioles. You can see here nuclear membrane, cytoplasm, nucleolus and chromosomes. So the chromatin replicated will be breakdown in the prophase. Coming to the late prophase, nuclear membrane and the nucleus are broken down. Here nuclear membrane and the nucleolus, the material DNA, no, the DNA which is present inside the nucleus is, we call it as a nucleolus. So in a later prophase, what happened? Nuclear membrane and the nucleus will be broken down. What happened in the first stage? Chromatin, that is a chromosomes, will be break down into nucleus, condensed to form a visible chromosomes. As I said, only during the cell division we will find the chromosomes. So during the early phase of the prophase only we used to find the visibility of the chromatids. That means breaking down of chromosome, which are known as the broken parts of the chromosome are known as chromatids. So mitotic spindles, that are the threads which are broken, they are called as mitotic spindles. Threads are nothing but they are called as spindles. After the prophase, the later prophase, we can find a formation of a nuclear membrane and formation of a nucleolus. Both will be breakdown. Next, what happened? Chromosomes continue condensing and are clearly visible. They will be breakdown and we can see them clearly. The chromosomes can be visible very clearly in the later prophase. The spindle fibers. Spindle fibers means the thread-like structure. Spindle fibers are called as kinetochores attached to the centromere. So these spindle fibers are called as kinetochores. Okay. So they will attach us to the centromere of each chromosome. For every chromosome, they will attach us to the centromere. So spindle finishes forming between the poles of the cell. So these spindles will be formed at the poles of the cell. Coming to the later prophase, we see here the chromosomes. So the spindle fibers, they will be break down. They will become very visible manner. Nucleus and the nucleus having a disintegrated. Spindle fiber attaches to the chromosome. These spindle fibers will be attached to the chromosomes. So kinetochore fibers, you can see here the structures. The names you can find. These are the kinetochore fibers. Kinetochore fibers. DNA of chromatids. At the center part is called as centromere and the thread-like structures are called as chromosomes. Now let us see the prophase of review. Chapter at a glance, like one review. In a prophase, what the cell look like? The cell looks like this. Condense the chromosomes. You can see condensing the chromosomes. Mitotic spindles being to form. You can see there in the picture. Centromere and kinetochore. What are the centromeres? That central part is called centromere. Another name for the centromere is a kinetochore. So what are the activities it takes place in the prophase? Nuclear membrane disintegrates and the nucleolus disappears. Chromosomes condense. Mitotic spindles begins to form and is complete at the mitotic division, end of the prophase. So kinetochores begins into mature and attaches to the spindles. This is the process which is happening in the prophase. What are spindle fibers? The mitotic spindle form from the microtubules in the plants and the centrioles in the animals. These mitotic spindles will be formed in the plants by the microtubules and the centrioles in the animals. So we doesn't find centrioles in the plant cell. When we discussed about the differences between plant cell and animal cell, centrioles are absent, no? So once if you see, observe the picture, you can find what are the centrioles. These centrioles cannot be found in the plant cell during the cell division. So in the place of centrioles in the plants, we will find microtubules. We will find the microtubules. Polar fibers extend from one pole of the cell to the opposite pole. These polar fibers, the threads anamata, they will extend from the one pole to opposite to the pole. So these kinetophore fibers extended from the pole to the centromeres of the chromosome to which they attaches. Esters are the short fibers and radiating from the centrioles. You can see here, children, clearly sketch the spindles. Kinetochore, that is the central part of the chromosome. Mitotic center, that is the centriosomes. These thread-like structures are called as esters, and the small structures are called as centrioles. This cannot be visible in the plant cell division. We'll find at this place microtubules, and these are the polar microtubules. So after that, metaphase. After prophase, the next phase is a metaphase. Chromosomes attached to the kinetochore fibers move to the center of the cell. You can see they will move to the center of the cell. The kinetochores are moving to the center of the cell. Chromosomes are now lined up at the equator. You can see that at the middle part is called as the equator of the cell. You can see the pole of the cell, centriosoles and esters you can find there. Chromosomes and the spindle fibers also you can find there. So the esters are at the poles. These esters, they will reach us to the at the poles in the metaphase, and you can see the spindle fibers, they reach us to the equator, that is the middle line. Chromosomes line the equator, that chromosomes reaches to the equator. Here you can see clearly chromosomes, what are the esters, and the chromosomes at the equator, how the chromosomes reaches to the at the center. Okay. So what is happening overall in the metaphase? In metaphase, if you see how the cell is look like, in a mitotic spindles, you can find mitotic spindles, chromosomes aligned on the metaphase plate. The polar microtubules you can find, kinetochore microtubules also you can find. So wholesome, what is happening? Kinetochores attaches to the chromosomes to the mitotic spindle and align them also metaphase plate at the place at the equator of the cell. They will place to the at the equator of the cell. So first we discuss about the prophase, next metaphase, and next one is a anaphase. Coming to that, occur rapidly. This anaphase moves very fast. So sister chromatids, the broken chromatids, are pulled apart to the opposite poles. See now, they are going back. In the first, in metaphase, they are at the center of the cell. Now they are pulling towards the opposite poles of the cell. Apart opposite poles of the cell by kinetochore fibers. So this is the anaphase. Sister chromatids being separated. The chromatids are separating. So you can see clearly what the cell look like in the anaphase. What is occurring in anaphase? Centromeres divided into spindle fibers pull sister chromatids to opposite poles of the cell. Each pole turn into a daughter cell. Now has an identical set of genes. Now they are separated now. So we can find separatedly as separatedly identical genes. So this is about the anaphase. First we discussed the prophase. Next we discussed about metaphase. Third one is anaphase. And the fourth one is telophase. These all are taking place in a mitotic division. M phase. Okay. So sister chromatids at the opposite poles. Spindle disables. Now we can find, we doesn't find any spindle fibers. Nuclear envelopes from the around each of the set of sister chromatids. Nuclear and nucleus reappear. Again we can find the formation of a nucleolus, and cytokinesis occurs. Cytokinesis means cell division. Karyokinesis means nucleus division. And after formation of a nucleus reappearance, nucleolus reappearance, then there is a starting of a cytokinesis, breaking down of a cell. Chromosomes reappear as a chromatin. Again the chromosomes appear as a chromatin. So comparison of anaphase and telophase. You can see here anaphase and telophase, how it is happening. In anaphase you can find they are slowly detaching. Coming to the telophase, completely they are separated and they reach us to the opposite poles. So Kinetochore microtubules short and separated chromosomes to opposite poles, and polar microtubules elongated, preparing cell for the cytokinesis in the anaphase. Coming to the telophase, chromosomes reach to the poles of the cell and kinetochore disappears, and polar microtubules continue to elongate, preparing cell for the cytokinesis. Nuclear membrane reforms, nucleolus reappears, and the chromosome decondense. So they will be decondense, means they will be breakdown. Coming to the cytokinesis, breaking down of the cell. Karyokinesis means nucleus division. Cytokinesis means cell division. Means division of the cytoplasm. Inside the cell, the cytoplasm will be breakdown. Division of cell into two identical halves called daughter cells. When the cell is divided and they develop into two identical cells, they are called as a daughter cells. In plant cell plants from at the equator of the divide the cell. So they will divide from the equator of the cell. In animal cell, cleavage furrow forms to split the cell. So they will be cleavaged and they will split into the cell. You can see here. Cleavage furrow in an animal cell. You can see here. Cell plate in the animal cell. This is about cell division. Coming to the mitotic stage, you can see here in the prophase, condensation of the chromosomes, disappearance of nucleoli and nuclear envelopes. You can see clearly here in the picture. Coming to the daughter cells of a mitosis, have same number of chromosomes. In the daughter cells, we find same number of chromosomes. Father have 23 pairs, mother have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Even the daughter is also having the same number of chromosomes due to the mitosis. Having same number of chromosomes as each other and as a parent cell from which they were formed. Okay, how they formed? Identical to each other but smaller than parent cell. They are identical to each other but they are not as big as the parent. Must grow in size to become a mature cells G1 of a interphase. They will grow in the G1 of a interphase. G1. So identical daughter cells you can see here. Diploid means two sets of chromosomes. Chromosome number the same but cell smaller than the parent cell. So you can see the parent cell is a big one and the daughter cells are the smaller cells than the parent cell. Next, coming to the meiosis, formation of gametes, egg and the sperm. How the gametes will be formed? Egg and the sperm. What are the facts in the meiotic division? Meiotic division takes place during the process of fertilization, which facilitate to maintain the constant number of chromosomes in the organisms. So, preceded by interphase, which include chromosome replication. To meiotic division, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In meiotic division, we can find meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So called reduction division. This meiotic division is also called as reduction division because reducing the number of cells. Actually in a cell division there should be a double. But in meiotic division the number of cells or the number of chromosomes are reducing and maintaining the constant number. So this this cell division is called as a reduction division. Original cell is diploid 2n. 4 daughter cells produced that are monoploid. Facts about daughter cells. Still, daughter cell contain half the number of chromosomes as the original cell. From mother half and from father half. Okay. So produces a gametes, egg and a sperm, and occurs in the testes in the male spermatogenesis. This occurs in the sperm, occurs in the ovaries in the female oogenesis. Spermatogenesis means formation of sperms. Oogenesis means formation of ovum. So more meiosis facts. Start with the 46 double-stranded chromosomes, 2n double strands. After one division, 23 double-strand chromosomes. They are in the N form. After second division, 23 single strand chromosomes they will form from the mother and occur in our germ cell that produce the gametes. So through the gametes only this formation of a germ cells, sperm and a ovum, due to the oogenesis and spermatogenesis, formation of equal number of chromosomes will be takes place. So why do we need the meiosis? Important question for your exam. It is the fundamental basis for the sexual reproduction, because to maintain the constant number of chromosomes, two haploid, one and gamete states are brought together, two haploid chromosomes brought together in a fertilization to form a diploid 2n zygote. Two haploid means single set, diploid means the one set of chromosomes. So haploid from a mother 1x and father either x or a y will be brought together, and it comes in the form of 2n, that which forms into the form of a zygote. Okay, fertilization putting all together, this fertilization process put together, you can take here sperm is in a haploid sperm, 1n is equal to 3 haploid egg, 2n is equal to 6, it is a diploid zygote. Okay, so replication of chromosomes, how the chromosomes will be replicated. Replication is the process of duplicating of the chromosomes, occurs pair prior to the division. Prior to the division, replication of chromosomes will be takes place. Replicated copies are called as sister chromatids. Which chromosomes are replicated or break down, that are called as sister chromatids. You can observe in the picture, children, held together at the centromere. They will held together at the centromere. Occurs in the this process, whole process will occurs in the interphase. So this is first one is unreplicated chromosome. So here the DNA synthesized and condensated. The DNA is consisting into a condensating between connecting together. They are forming into a sister chromatids. Replicated chromosomes. At the center we will find the centromere. Meiosis from haploid gametes. Meiosis must reduce the chromosome number by the half. Okay, so fertilization then restore the 2n number from mom and from dad. The child too much if it is a mitosis, but in meiosis you can see here pictorially you can find. In meiosis reduce the genetic content, you can see there in the picture, that is a right formation. Excuse me. Okay, so meiosis forms the haploid gametes. This is a meiotic division. So in the picture you can see from the mom 2 chromosomes are there, from the dad 2 chromosomes are there. If they are becoming as same as 2 chromosomes from the mother and 2 chromosomes from the father, there in the child we can find 4 chromosomes. There will become a too much number of the chromosomes. What happened? It is a wrong division, wrong sharing, yes or no? In the meiosis the chromosome number is reducing, only 1 chromosome from the mother and 1 chromosome from the father. So what happened in the baby? The right number of chromosomes are taking place. What is spermatogenesis? Formation of sperms is called as spermatogenesis. So it occurs in the testes, in the males. 2 divisions produce 4 spermatids. The 2 divisions produce the 4 spermatids. Spermatids mature into a sperm. These spermatids will be developed into the sperms. Men produce about 25 millions of the sperms per year day. 25 millions of the sperms per year day. Coming to the spermatogenesis in the testes, you can see here, children, that is a spermatogonium, 46 single chromosomes. They are replication in interphase. 46 chromatids are formed. You can see meiosis 1. In the meiosis 1, 23 sister chromatids. They develop 23 single sperm, 23 single. And another direction, meiosis 2, 23 sister chromatids. Again they will divide it into 23 sister chromatids and 23 sister chromatids. Coming to the spermatogenesis, see here children, autosomes, in mitosis division, the sex chromosomes, they are given as A and X. Meiosis 1, that is a development and a maturation. You can see here spermatogonia, it is in a diploid state. So the primary spermatogenesis, it is a coming diploid state, and secondary spermatogonia, haploid condition, you can see here, and a spermatoid haploid in state. And the formation of ovum is called as oogenesis. It occurs in the ovaries of the female. Two divisions produce three polar bodies that die and one egg. So polar bodies will die because of unequal division of the cytoplasm. So these polar bodies will die because of unequal division of the cytoplasm. And in immature egg called a oocyte. The non-developed egg is called as a oocyte. So starting at the puberty, one oocyte mature into an ovum. So when they reaches to the age of the puberty, this oocyte, they will develop into the form of a ovum. That ovum is nothing but we call it as a egg for every 28 days. You can see here oogenesis process. Just observe the picture, you could understand it well. So you can see here mitosis first, it is in a diploid stage. When primary oocyte is formed, they started to form as a meiosis 1 and a meiosis 2. When it is in the condition of meiosis condition, there will be, we can find the reduction division, reducing of the number of chromosomes to maintain the constant number of the chromosomes. Once you observe the picture, let us see the comparison of mitosis and meiosis. Number of divisions in the mitosis 1. The meiosis is a mitosis 1 and meiosis 2. We can see 2 divisions will be there. Number of daughter cells, formation 2 will be formed in the mitosis, and in meiosis 4 daughter cells. They are genetically identical. Yes, in mitosis they are genetically identical, but in meiosis we can find variations. They are not identical because recombination of DNA takes place by the father and the mother. So chromosomes, same as a parent. How many chromosomes are there in the parent will be same in a mitotic division. In meiotic division, the number of chromosomes will become as a half. From mother half and from father will be half. Where somatic cells, mitotic division takes place in the somatic cells, and meiotic division will take place in the germ cells. And mitotic division takes place throughout the life, because we will find the development of our body, growth of the body. You may get the doubt, we doesn't have a growth up to the end of the life, no? But still, development of organs will take place in the body. Formation of regeneration of worn out cells has to be regenerated. That is also causing by the mitotic cell division, no? But meiotic division will take place only at the sexual maturity, during the process of sexual maturity, during the puberty. What is the role of mitotic division? It helps to growth of the organism as well as a repair of the organism. And meiotic division, it helps to the sexual reproduction. So maintain the constant number of chromosomes. You can see cell division. What is it? Why do cell do it? Why it is important to me? You can see here cell division. One single cell divides into 2 daughter cells. Already we discussed in reproduction. You see here cell division also known as mitosis. See how many cells you can take. Takes place in a regular body cells. This type of cells division takes place in the regular body cells development for the better growth of the baby. Keep cell living and growing. So this mitotic cell division make organism to alive and a better growth of the baby. So coming to the meiosis, takes place in the gametes of an organism. It takes place in the gametes of an organism. People have a chromosomes count of 46 chromosomes. When an egg joins a sperm, the count must stay at a 46 to remain a human. Okay, so the egg can only have 23 chromosomes and the sperm can only have a 23 chromosomes, but the integrity of the organisms must be maintained. Equal number, formation of equal number, maintaining should be maintained by the sperm and the ovum. How does this happen? During meiosis, gametes, sex cells undergo a double division, so maintaining the DNA but reducing the number of chromosomes to 23. 23 chromosomes in the sperms and egg, 23 chromosomes. When they are fertilized, they will be formed in the form of 46 chromosomes. So sperm carries 23 chromosomes, ovum carry or the egg carry 23 chromosomes. When they fuses together during the process of fertilization, they will be result in the form of 46 chromosomes, which is known as constant number of chromosomes in the humans. So meiosis ensures that all the living organisms will maintain both genetic diversity and genetic integrity. So these they will be maintain the genetic development of organisms. Meiosis ensures that all the living organisms will maintain both genetic diversity and genetic integrity. So this is how the cell division takes place in order to maintain the constant number of chromosomes in the organisms. So the two types of cell divisions facilitate in the organisms how to maintain the cell division. Okay children, so this is what about the cell division. In the next session we'll continue with the concept of hereditary disorders. Hope you understood. See you soon in the next session children.